Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. And today is very special day because we have very special guest with us, and she's basically, stress healing coach, and she works on the scribbling, and basically it's a stress relief tool, and she's helping so many people to come out of the stress. And let's hear about what scribbling is, because it's very new concept. Many of you will not be aware how it can help with respect to the stress relief. And I myself personally very excited to hear more about it because I also work in the stress healing area. So let's hear her story. And she's Selma Beary, and she's a part of my mentors community also. And we are working. We are a co-author in the same book named I Can Coach. And please, you can grab a copy of that. So let's hear from her. Like, what about her story? What is her background, and what inspired her to work on this area? So it's over to you, Selma. Like
Thank
this.
you. Thank you so much for that nice introduction. When it comes to scribbling, the very idea that people get is just anything where you scribble. But here in meaningful scribbling, the idea is to bring out all the thoughts and expressions that you have into a meaningful concept where you write down your thoughts, your feelings, and you journal it down so that it gives you a concrete thing of how your thoughts are running. Sometimes you may not know whether you have bottled up feelings or unexpressed feelings. All that you write down on a day to day basis, and you will certainly see that something, even when it comes to goal writing, if it's not meaningful, you're not having the right path, you don't know the destination. So, this helps you in getting you to the right destination, also getting you to know what you need to do. And when you
Okay.
keep writing down your thoughts, whether you're emotionally upset or you want to, you don't know what to do, but some thoughts are coming to your mind which would be recurring. If you write it down, you will know, you will find out why this pattern is so, and that
Okay.
will also help you to mentally emotionally become stronger, because you will realize the words that you use are somewhere different, which is making you either weaker or stronger, and you can change those words to make you much stronger. Meaningful,
Okay.
just scribbling is not an idea where small little children scribble. When little children scribble, that is to make them their hands and motor coordination better,
Yes.
and also develop their brain. For us, it is to be grounded on what we are, and we discover ourselves in the process.
In the process. Okay, so I'm getting some idea like there you will be having some your own methods,
Yes.
right? Which you will give to your students to scribble in the meaningful way so that they can discover themselves, and also they can work on their emotions, and wherever they are stuck, right? It can release that. So this is what, right? You are
Yes.
doing it.
So
So
that they
yeah, so
get to
I got
know,
an idea.
yeah, know about their conditioning, where exactly something blocked them. So that
Okay,
helps them to come out of it.
come out of it. So my next question is, we always discuss about what thoughts are running in your mind. You write it on our paper, then you are releasing it. But what exactly, how it is releasing? What is the concept behind that? Can you just throw light
See,
on
the
the same?
concept behind is when you work with your hands,
Okay.
it helps in stress relief. What happened to the second war victims when they had to be rehabilitation? They gave them repetitive tasks, and
Okay.
writing by itself, which is now known as graphology, which they're
Okay.
using as
Apologies.
handwriting,
Hmm.
and it helps to in a lot of ways, not only in your health, your mental state, also your emotions, your language, and it helps you to become a better writer also. You
Okay.
learn by writing, and you find words, and you also develop the skill of reading more books, because when you start writing you have to think, and you also have the feeling, if you ever get into what will people think, then you're not going to move ahead because you're scared of how people react. But
Hmm.
once you start emotionally writing things down, let it be anything. Sometimes I don't know what to write, but you can write. You can write your name, you can write your age, you can write your class that you studied in, your journey through college, anything which will help you know that you have more strengths. If you
Okay.
have a weakness also, it will help you to know where you have to improve. It is like a step-by-step process. And
Okay.
when people use graphology or handwriting, it is the method to help people grow,
Hmm.
become better, become aware of, discover themselves. And handwriting is a process. Writing is sort of a mindset where you are speaking what is there in your mind through writing, what is coming through you in thoughts and forms. Once you recognize that pattern, you realize thoughts can make you grow in a much stronger manner. It can
Okay.
also help you to
Take
boost,
decisions also.
take good decisions too.
Hmm.
If you
So
are
it's
doing
basically for the clarity, because
clarity, it
sometimes
helps you get more
so many
clarity.
thoughts are
And
juggling in mind and we cannot make out, actual conclusion with that. So the
yes,
moment we start writing it, so it will give us a clarity what exactly, and there might be some certain methods also, right,
it's
to
like saying when you
discard unnecessary
if you
thoughts
have
and all, right?
fears, if you have fears and you're worrying
Yeah,
this will
something like
happen.
that,
Fear
reframing,
is like that.
something
You
like
can
that.
write down all that you fear and put it in a socks and let it there for 15-20 days and take it out and say how much has come real. Because most
Okay.
of the fears are unrealistic and they're not real. It is because the mind cannot distinguish what is real and what is not real.
Hmm.
So when you have fears, you have doubts, write it down, put it in a sauce, leave it there for 15-20 days, remove it and say how much of it has come true. Because certain moments we have that fear, we get into a sense of insecurity and you feel, how can I get over it? But you know that God is there, Almighty God is always there to push you through until you let it go. If you're
Okay.
going to be holding back and have a lot of resistance, then it becomes difficult to move.
Very difficult to move on, and we will always be, thinking about that outcome,
Yeah.
what we had it. So another question I have it, Selma. When scribbling word comes now, so scribbling, it's like, taking something and scribble,
Uh,
right? So what exactly you do in the meaningful scribbling? What can
Meaningful
you show certain
scribbling,
things, like
we
what is a
we use the scribbling technique just to
okay,
go just with the regular, and then when we color it, what happens in scribbling
okay,
art is when we use it, when we color it, you will see there's some regular form inside that. But
okay.
until you complete the scribbling pattern, you
Hmm.
are not going to recognize there's something inside that. Sometimes,
Yes.
when children just play around with the sand and all, they get some different, which may not be a complete picture. But when you
Hmm.
look at it from different angles, you get a complete picture. You know there's some object in that. So that helps. That
Okay,
helps. That helps to know that things can be creative. You can get a creative form by scribbling also. If
okay,
you try out regular lines, different kinds of lines, and you just work it out. Sometimes people have time for 10-15 minutes. What they do is they get bored. If they try out this on even on newspaper, it'll keep them occupied, and when they color it, it gives them a totally different picture.
okay.
That
Okay,
is
I'm getting. So I got it. So even you might be somewhat related to. Can I say that is it slightly influenced by art therapy also,
art therapy also, yes.
right?
You
Or is
can.
it a art therapy?
It is related to art therapy also, plus it is a part of writing, drawing, and
Scribing and
bringing out the
art therapy
creativity
and
within you,
okay,
through
the
imagination.
combination of that. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So
Got
everything
it.
comes out, which is because art as a form is to bring out, to withdraw from the surrounding, which will be a lot of distraction or and what is diverting you and getting it to inside. From
Okay.
inside, you withdraw yourself and bring out what is within you. So you're
What is
creating something. So you're creating something. That is the beauty
okay?
of art. Because some of them feel art is only drawing and coloring. No, it has a
Yeah.
lot more potential. Those who are good in art are good at science and maths too. You see
Hmm.
them, those are good in science and maths, always are good in drawing and coloring because they have cultivated that drawing and coloring part of it.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. So I myself is from that background, so I can understand. And it really helped me also. Art area na, to be more creative in other area also, it always helped me. And even to bring my stress, because my area was IT industry, which was very stressful. So art and then painting and then all those techniques used to help me a lot. So even I also work on the same area, similar like that, inspired by the art therapy. Then I can totally relate with it. So it is really helpful. Now my next question is, to whom you are addressing? Is it women or any specific
I
target?
want to address it to women because what I realize is when I put up my YouTube and all that, more working women are looking for this.
Okay.
They need they need some help or feel as they recognize. But I feel sometimes when I do the YouTube, is it really going to happen? But I get a response, but I don't expect the response to come from that. But then I realize they're looking out for something to start from scratch as
Okay.
beginners, as working women, looking for a potential to relieve their stress, help
Hmm.
children, because all working women will have children. To spend time with them, this is a nice way of not only spending time with them, keeping them occupied also. So this
Hmm.
helps a lot in building
Okay.
relationships and all that. It helps in the long run.
So you are addressing working women,
Working women
working
and
women,
children
yeah.
also. I teach online art for kindergarten. Kindergarten has become there's a gap in kindergarten art and craft, so I'm trying to work on that too.
Okay, okay, that's great. That's great. That's a great part. And yeah, there is a lot of stress in many areas. So you are just you are working on the women, working women. That's it. No specific industry, right?
No specific industry.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. So that's great to hear, Salma. Like you are serving, women and then kindergarten kids also for their brain development or something like that.
Kindergarten kids, when they start off with drawing hand and eyes coordination, it helps with
Okay.
both left and right brain
Hmm.
development because we not only write words and try to develop, like for example, I give a letter and then make them do two-letter words, three-letter words, create new, or they already know. But some of
Okay.
them, it's just like starting for kindergarten with the alphabet, letter A, how you can create a tree.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you have one small letter A, then bigger letter as you go and you
Yeah.
give it a shape, you get a tree. But we don't recognize these things which little children can do because they should learn that they can do it. Because drawing
Yes.
can be done by anyone. But if you're going to put that restriction, this is the measurement, this, you're going to restrict their thinking. If you tell them you can do anything, they will
Hmm.
express through imagination and creativity. That's what
Okay.
I want to work on with kindergarten
Okay.
kids.
Yeah, got it. It's a great area to work upon, especially when somebody's brain is getting developed, right? That's time, and then adding something brain development activity and coordination, etc. is it's a good idea. And mostly I have seen in kindergarten they do that, but not in the meaningful way, not in the strategic way, which can really help them. So that is really great, field to work upon, especially with the kids as well as the working women. And it's not like only working women go through stress. Even there are so many men, because I worked in the IT industry in the that collaborative environment. Even men also go through a lot of stress, but with women they have so many other responsibilities at home, so
Yes.
their major issue is work
The
life
home
balance.
budget and all that, how they
Work
can
life
budget.
balance,
So,
and due to that
um,
also, it's not just a working, it's a work life balance. Due to that, only stress is more. That's what.
how this developing this threat craft skills can help them not only
Yeah.
to develop that calmness and build
Mm.
their family environment, but also they can earn by and to create a side income by learning.
Yeah.
Redcalf is a powerful tool. If you go back 50, 60 years, most of them knew knitting, crochet, tacking, and they were more calmer people. But once we lost that ability to do, even kids, when they lost that clay work, handling clay and doing things. They lost a lot of things.
Coordination. In
Coordination,
coordination,
yes,
and then even creativity aspect also they lose.
yes, that
And
is what,
perspective.
yes,
Perspective means if everything is ready-made available, then you will not think through it, right?
yeah, to think
So
out of
all
the
those
box or get a
activities bring
creative
out
idea.
perspective. Yeah. So I do understand because I'm from the painting background as well as science side also, and I studied about it. And one more question I want, because you already brought this. So what do you think? Like how this there's so many AI art etc. is coming, right? Artificial intelligence art and all. So how it will impact basically the cognitive abilities, in the sense, when it comes to, because we will not be thinking too much, doing anything.
Yeah.
And so what is your opinion on that?
My opinion is when calculators came in, we knew there was a, we were not mentally calculating. Mental max became a little tough for children. Same way, AI will have its drawback, but if we need to save time, we need to, but we need to, what I say, paraphrase whatever AI is giving. At the same time, realize that we have emotions, we have
Yeah.
feelings, we can connect, which
Hmm.
AI cannot do. So, as a human being, despite our imperfection, we learn to connect to people, whether it's teamwork, whether it's anything with AI, too, we need to work on our aspect of leadership. And with AI, a lot of things are changing to save time. We can say AI saves a lot of time. But what happens to relationship? We have to work at our level, basic level. That's what I feel. Because AI has changed a lot of things, making things easier, but we need that human touch when we connect human to human.
Yeah, human touch and emotions are not getting processed, right?
Yes. So a
Because
lot of,
even,
yeah, as
yeah,
you said, emotion not getting processed, there's unexpressed feelings, and to
yeah.
bring it out, we need to use the human touch.
Yeah, yeah. And another part is like, it seems very easy. So rather than going through that emotional cycle, interacting with others and getting your work done, then delay will be there, then you will interact. So everybody want to skip that point, thinking like, AI is much easier. But other aspect which they are forgetting, like if they will not process their emotions, even if it is a negative experiences also, if you will not process, so you will be losing touch, right, with your that section of your brain, emotional processing. Because you will be trained, like you give something prompt, you will get it from AI, right, easily. Then why should I go with something else? So this is what I was thinking through, like that will really change perspective, how we connect with others also, and similarly way processing of our emotions also. Although I also use a lot of AI, I also use it, but I work on my creative area also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need to, in there, we need to work. We have to increase circle time, group activity. All this has to increase in schools.
Can you
Circle
speak a
time,
bit louder?
public speaking, circle
Okay.
time, and
Mm-hmm.
all those activities will have to increase in schools. Public speaking,
Hmm.
uh, improper talk, whatever the activity, they must have it in groups, and they must have a lot of group activities. But children now will have to get into group activities. Screen addiction also is a problem,
Okay.
and that, to me, to have better leadership, better student, for that it helps them in the future, we need to change a lot of ways in which we have been, what is say, by heart learning, and all those things will change, and we need to express better by
Okay.
coordinating
Yeah,
circle
that is true.
time. That's what I feel.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And with this, Salma, I just want to uh, ask you, like, if you have anything for whoever joined this live, do you want to pass any message for them, or
Yeah.
any specific your message? We would like to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm planning to have my webinar at 8 p.m.
Okay.
today, and I have my WhatsApp link, which I can, so that you can join the WhatsApp link and then attend the webinar at 8 p.m.
Sure, sure. So definitely please do join webinar and then, just learn about the scribbling and how it will help for you. Or maybe if you are also not going to use it, you can pass that information to your surrounding and your loved one also. So thank you so much, Salma, for joining this live streaming. Do you have any question for me?
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And yes, Sunil, I've been seeing you for a long time in ILH, and I know you're dealing with art and you do a lot of art things. How did you get into art despite having a IT background?
Yeah, so painting was my childhood passion. And I
Okay.
used to paint a lot actually. So I am an introvert by nature. So I never used to go mingle too much in, social gathering. I usually like, spending time with myself. So painting hobbies developed automatically. And I
Okay.
started taking it seriously. And then I participated in many competition and, I won even without having any guidance also. Then at some point of time, I started focusing on studies. Then I went into science stream, and then I went into IT field. But somehow, and in my childhood time, that social media etc. was not there, and somebody guided me actually when in year 2015, like I should, and I bought my home also.
Uh,
So I wanted to do a decor for that, and then I went in shop where I was the painting, which I was looking for. Those were very expensive in the sense, it was starting 20K, 30K something. Then I saw like these, I can make it actually if I wanted. That was the moment I started, making in the decor side. And
yeah.
somehow I started again enjoying that. And then I started taking it as a stress because I continued from there. Although, my
Yeah.
decor was completed.
Converting that art hobby into a profitable, lucrative thing, because art, as it is, when we go to buy anything which is painted by others, we think twice before buying because the price will be high.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
art,
yeah.
when you convert art into a business, it is time, material, and so much things go into it. The time taken is has to be of value, and that's the right thing to do when it comes to art. And in your journey using art, and painting, watercolor painting you do,
Hmm.
and that also helps us to know that we have a different perspective when it comes to different scenery creations,
Hmm.
and your drawing and painting expresses that.
Yeah. So
So
I started with the decor only. Then I continued that for the stress relief for the longer time because I was really enjoying even doing the painting for my house. Almost 20 to 25 I built for my house. And then after that, I continued that practice because it was really helping me in my other area of life also, especially stress relief and then work life. I used to feel very calm after doing that. Then I continued that, and it is never stopped after this. I continued, and then I took it as a my niche only when I joined ILH, and it helped me in my toughest time also when my situation was very stressful. So it was the only activity which after doing that I used to feel good in
yeah,
that situation also. So that
so
is the reason I'm not I'm very stick with it.
art acts as a therapy and a natural therapy.
Yeah.
So that is the best part in art, where we are working on ourselves without any intervention, and it's a natural way of doing, just like breathing. When we are told to meditate, or we are dealing on breathing, and breathing is an aspect that we naturally do from birth. But how we do it makes all the difference in our health, just like how art can be used for better purpose.
Yeah, same way. It can be used for multiple purpose. And we are working on the stress and then brain development, etc. for you. And I myself mainly on the stress, and decor is a separate. So, but art is a medium actually. If you see everywhere, it is getting used.
Yes.
It's a self-expression tool, I feel, and I see a great future. Although AI art, etc., is coming, but that cannot replace the process because it's not about the final outcome, it's about the process which we go through. So that AI can definitely cannot replace that. It is cannot be replaced by one prompt. And so with this, actually, I'm really happy you are also working on the same area. And please do join, today's webinar, and we will be posting the link also. Please do join. And I'll see you again, Selma. Thank you so much for,
Thank you.
coming here and telling your niche to us. And we will also get to know the other perspective of, stress relief tools. So thank you.
Thank you
And
so much.
I'll see you again. Bye bye. Take
Bye.
care. And same to everybody. If you have any question, you can definitely reach out to us. You can post your question in the comment section and we will respond to that. So bye bye. Take care. Have a great, week ahead.